Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have some box with a bunch of writing on top of it in different languages. Because these are, for the very first time on my channel, Asolo. Yes, check this out. And they're very popular, by the way, very popular. Surprisingly popular for considering how expensive they are. Fugitive GTX full-size men's hiking boot. Check this out. I mean, listen guys, whenever it comes to the build quality, this is absolutely phenomenal. That's probably as good as it gets. I would say this is like a Mercedes, if not something better, in the world of boots. Currently $280 on Amazon. Yes, I know the price is a little bit difficult to comprehend. At least for me, I don't know. $280, that's a lot of freaking money for the boot for me, alright guys? I mean, I've been reviewing hundreds of boots so far over the course of the past 2 years. This is pretty expensive. But with that, you get plenty of features, you get quality. I mean, the quality is unbelievable. Just look at the build. Built phenomenally. And of course, all the features that you get with it, which we will talk about later. Now, as some of you know, this is not just any regular kind of review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival boots section. Yes, basically if something bad happened and you were wearing these boots or you had them in a house and you put them on, you left your house and you set your way towards the safety, right? And on the way you had to run, you had to fight, you had to climb, not take this off for days, sleep in these boots. Would they be good for your survival? Would they contribute to your survival? Or would they get you killed? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, comfort level. Now, in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run, non-stop, and then a 5-mile walk. Again, non-stop, no pauses in between the two. And I continue wearing the boots for the rest of the day so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. So, overall, they are pretty comfortable. But there are a few things that could have been much better. Let's start from the first factor that contributes or takes away from the comfort level, the weight. Now, this is size 10. And one boot sized in size 10 is 25.5. Now that's definitely on the heavier side. If you are looking for something lightweight, you gotta be finding something under 20 ounce. The more under 20 ounce you will find, the lighter it will feel. The more over 20 ounce, that's where you start feeling a little bit of that fatigue from the weight. When you're running, when you are walking for extended periods of time, anything over like 5 miles, you start feeling that weight on your feet, alright? This is 25. This is definitely going to be noticeable, that weight. Another thing that takes away from the comfort level is the outsole and the flexibility of it. Here, the outsole is very stiff. I mean, over time, it will break in a little bit, but it's still definitely on the stiffer side. So if you prefer more flexible outsole, this is definitely not for you. This is more for mountaineering, so the stiffness in the outsole is understandable. So if you're not planning to do anything with mountaineering, or you don't care about the stiffness of your outsole and you want something flexible, look around some more. Moving on further, we got our inner sole, and I'll see if I can manage to take it out so that I can show you what it looks like. As you can see here, the outsole it feels like it's made out of plastic. It really is just no cushioning whatsoever. It does give you good support. As you can see, it's shaped very nicely. There's a good arch support, there's a good heel bed, but I wish there was more cushioning because this is just not enough. Once you take it out, you go into inside of the boot. You have your waterproofing obviously here, so it kind of adds a little bit softer layer. Not much, again, don't rely on it. So there is really not much throughout the whole boot. There is some padding in the shaft, but not a lot. There is some padding in the tongue, decent amount in the tongue, but not anywhere else. It's for the most part very stiff, very tough boot. Keep that in mind, all right? Now The last thing that I wanted to mention here in the comfort level is because it is on the stiffer side, the creasing over here, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable for the first few hikes that you do in this until they break in. Personally, I'm not a fan of break-in period. I believe in it's comfortable out of the box, no break-ins, no stuff like this, but this will require some break-in to do because of the stiffness of everything, of the outsole of the fabric. Keep that in mind, and it will affect negatively your comfort level in the beginning. So let's move on to the criteria number 2 now. Proofing and protection. Now, proofing wise, these are Gore-Tex waterproof. Gore-Tex is a high-end waterproofing technology. Basically, why it's high-end, why it's expensive, is because what it does is it does not take away that much from the lightness of the boot, even though there's plenty of things that take away from the lightness of this boot. Not the waterproofing though. And it kind of maintains the breathability. Again, not much for the breathability here because of everything else that goes over the Gore-Tex fabric, so kind of negates all of that fanciness in waterproofing. But waterproofing overall here is smart. As you can see, the lowest part of the boot here is in the shaft, and it's about 6 inches high, so you have 6 inches in the shaft. And in the tongue, you have gusseting, very smart gusseting. It should be like that on all of the waterproof boots. And here you have well over 6 inches, like 6.5, maybe even 7 inches. So you have at least 6 inches of waterproofing clearance. Very good. That's what I expect in any full-size boot. At least 6 inches of waterproofing is spot on. Now, protection-wise, it's great amount of protection as well. You have a very nice rubber toe cap, which definitely adds. I mean, it's as tough as it can get. For mountaineering, it's perfect. You get good protection on the rocky road. It's perfect. You get great protection from the bottom. It's very nice. It's very good quality, stiff rubber, and of course throughout the whole boot you have all of this fabric as a protection. The ankles, it's not a lot of padding for protection, but still you get some protection in the ankles and of course your heel. Let's move on to the criteria number 3 now, quality and the design features. Now, like I said, these are very popular boots on Amazon especially. The link is in the description below. Check it out. Over 900 reviews. Almost 5 stars, so people do like these boots a lot, and I mean, I see why. The quality is phenomenal. So, and Asolo brand, I mean, it's trustworthy brand. It's considered one of the best brands out there for mountaineering, for hiking stuff. So, kind of for your reference. Now, whenever it comes to the design features, here we have 4 pairs of closed hooks, all right? Nice metal hardware, good quality. Then you have 3 open hooks, as you can see over here. Again, great for hiking, mountaineering. You can quickly release the tension. And these are nice, round, thick strings, just like the way I like them. They slide through this hardware very easily, so it's easy to put these on and take them off. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now, outsole, traction and stability. Now, excellent outsole. Whenever I do my run, in order to test the outsole and my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces, starting with older asphalt, then the newer tarmac, then the dry sand, then wet sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road, trail surface, concrete, some rubber, marble tile, and the rock wall. Forget about the rock wall. This is not a just don't even try. Bad idea, okay? But overall, it performs decent on pretty much everything else. It's a little bit slippery on the wet grass because it's overall, it's sort of aggressive, but not aggressive enough to have the bite into the surface, if you know what I mean, compared to, for example, stuff like from Salomon, right? Their Conto Grip stuff is you can see that aggression there that will bite into the ground, into the wet grass, and hold you. This is not the case here. This is more for the rocky, this is mountaineering boot, so that's kind of what you would expect from a boot like that. There are no ridges for climbing, obviously, because nobody would climb in this boot. Nobody would run in this boot, so kind of keep that in mind. Snow and ice, this will be very slippery on ice. Don't even try. On the snow, it will perform decent. But let's move on to the criteria number 5, temperature. This is not a winter boot. You can use it in the winter in some mild temperatures with some snow. Because this is waterproof, they will be fine. With some insulated socks, you can increase the heat level inside of your boot, so you can do that. But this is not a winter boot. If you're looking for a winter boot, why don't you just get a winter boot, all right? For hot temperatures, however, this is a little bit on the hotter side. There's not much breathability in this, so keep that in mind. It's really more of spring, fall type of boot. I wouldn't say it's summer boot because you're gonna overheat in this. Let's move on to the criteria number 6 really quickly. Sizing. These are true to the size, but make sure to get half a size bigger than your normal shoe size. Let's say your sneakers, your dress shoes, whatever, you wear them in size 9.5. If that's the case, get these at least in size 10 so that you have extra space here in the toe box. With this boot, it is extremely important. Why? Because of this heavy, strong rubber cap on the very front. You don't want to touch this from the inside with your toe. If you do, I mean, after a mile, you're gonna be fatigued. Your foot is gonna be killing you. So make sure you have at least half a size extra space here is very important for your comfort level. But let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, the balance of application. So if this were not just your mountaineering hiking boots, but something bad really did happen and you were surviving and you were running and you were climbing and you're doing all of these things, you're fighting in these boots, would they be good? Personally, I would not go with this boot for your survival situations, for your tactical situations. If you are looking for a good mountaineering boot, you like the Asolo brand, you like the tighter, snug, more fit for your foot in a boot, this is a great option, all right? If you're looking for quality as good as it gets, this is a good option. But if you're looking for something for a regular hike, for something softer, something lighter, something more breathable, you probably want to look around some more. And that kind of brings me to the last criterion here, which is another important determining factor, and it is the price. The price is a little bit on the pricier side. $280 is not cheap. That's a lot of money for a boot. Is there competition? Yes, there's plenty of competition in that price range. Lower and higher too, yes, with the same features, with Gore-Tex, with comfort level. So look around some more. I mean, I have plenty of reviews on this channel. Maybe you will find something that just works for you better. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this review? What do you think about this boot? If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below. I always look out for those, and I always add those requests on my to-do list. And if that comes as a priority, I get it first and review that first because you guys requested it. If you found this review useful, please consider subscribing. Please consider supporting me through the new membership on my channel. It's only 99 cents a month, but that will allow me, that extra money will allow me to bring more quality content, more reviews, not just boots, but other things, hiking, camping, survival stuff for this channel. So that definitely makes a lot of difference for me. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Ultimate Survival Gear. I'll see you guys in the next video.